Okay, stress. I know this is something that everyone is dealing with, especially in this day and age. And you can have a lot of things really on point in your life, but if your stress level is really, really high and you're always living in that sympathetic state, then a lot of the other factors are, yes, helpful, and those pillars of health that we talk about are helpful, but stress is definitely going to hold you back. Actually, stress is good. We have a rise in cortisol in the morning, essentially stress to help us wake. When we are exercising, we are putting stress on our body. That is good stress. So we need stress in our lives, but the key is managing stress. So stress is really just essentially a system in our bodies to get us to mobilize. In order to inhibit stress, I think it's important to know that definition because we want to know what we can do to counter that activation and bring ourselves back to that parasympathetic state. So we're working with opposites here. So I just want to talk to you today about how you can do that. It's impossible for this not to work because it literally, based on the anatomy of our bodies, changes your physiology in real time. Really quick, stress is, like I said, is a system in our body to get us to mobilize. So we have these like string of neurons basically from our neck down to our navel a little bit below. And when something evokes the stress response, there is essentially like this domino effect, this down the string of neurons, which sort of even just sounds stressful. When this system gets activated, norepinephrine, or aka adrenaline, is released, and it makes sense to say that that's what gets us to mobilize. So how do we counteract this stress response? Breath work, breathing. If you think about it, it is the only system in our bodies, our respiratory system, that is both autonomic or automatic and that we can control. Breathing is our biggest tool. Most easily accessible, it's free, it is the thing that's going to bring you back. Is it going to solve all your problems in that moment? No. But is it going to literally change your physiology so that you can calm yourself? Yes, because here's what happens. When we breathe, when we inhale, our diaphragm, because our lungs expand, our diaphragm moves down and it essentially makes our heart get bigger, which means there's more space, the blood has to pump faster, so your heart beats faster on an inhale. When you exhale, the opposite happens. Your diaphragm moves up, putting more pressure on the heart, slowing it down. When you get in a stressful situation, I like to use what is called physiological breathing. I'm sure there's a lot of other names for it. This is not a brand new concept. It's something that was studied way back in the 1700s. But what this breath is essentially a deep inhale, filling up your lungs as much as you can, and then right when you don't think you can breathe in anymore, trying to sip a little more air in with a long exhale. So it's like, and as I said before, the respiratory system being both autonomic and something that we can control, you will notice your body does this automatically. Have you ever been like sobbing uncontrollably and you get that little where you're breathing in and that is your body trying to self-regulate itself. Your body does it automatically. We can use this in situations that are stressful to us. For example, like when you're in traffic, when you're at work and your boss is getting on your nerve or your coworker's getting on your nerves, just breathe. Try this physiological breath. Again, it may not solve all your problems, it may not change the situation at hand, but in real time, it's going to change your physiology and turn you back over to that parasympathetic state, and it's going to change how you move forward from that point in a more calm state. That was me being stressed.